Guys, I am so excited for today's live, and what a way to just start our morning. Holy cow, I just cannot wait for you to hear. Me and Maria were just kind of going over some things before, and she's just a force of nature, you guys. I mean, I love my friends, and I love to show off my friends. So if you're joining us live, drop a hashtag live. If you're watching on the replay, drop us a hashtag replay, guys. Drop comments, drop questions, emojis, like show us that you're here, show us that you're watching. I know it's early, but believe me, after you hear this conversation, it's going to give you all the right energy to just pull through the rest of the week. I know it's been a long week, but here we are, just bringing some value to you guys, bringing some light in your lives, and just bringing just the right motivation and inspiration, and just the right nudge to push you in that direction where you need to be going. So hello, my beautiful friend Maria.
Good morning, Sophia.
I want to just start kick it off by introducing you into the group, and for people to really know you on a personal level. So because we love stories, and we love stories about women that made them the woman disrupted, and what was your story that really disrupted you, and the life that you thought you would have, but where your path is leading you now, and the work that you're doing now. And by the way, guys, that beautiful banner that's on this Facebook page now, Maria created that for me, and she's just such an incredible creative mind as well. So thank you for that too. And so yeah, take it away, my dear.
First of all, thank you, Sophia, for being so amazing and for having such a desire to connect people. You truly are making an impact, which is why I love partnering with you, because of that. My impact on the world is exponential because I'm connecting with you. So thank you.
I love you. Thank you.
And any woman who's here today obviously is making an impact, or they wouldn't be here, right? Yes. And we all have disruptions in life. It's just what do we decide to do with them. So I was back in the early 2000s. I was a homeschooling mother of 5. I made baskets on the side for a little hobby, a little extra cash, and taught classes. But my focus was my kids. They were in ages from 5 to 16. And I found myself going through a divorce and had to go to work. And I thought, what am I going to do? My kids are my life. I don't want to have a 9 to 5 somewhere where I have to worry about, can I take them to school? Can I pick them up from school? What if they're sick? So I thought, well, what am I good at? What do I know how to do? I know how to clean a house. I know how to care for families. So I started a cleaning business. It was just me in the beginning. I'm like, I can adjust this around my kids. No problem. I can clean someone's toilet, whatever it takes, to put food on the table and be there for my kids. Well, that grew, and my mom started helping me, and my older kids started working in the business, and it grew. The next thing I knew, people were asking me to run errands for them, watch their house, host parties, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. I sat down with a business friend of mine. I'm like, I think I have more than a cleaning business here. She's like, yeah, you do. Let's figure this out. Well, we turned into a concierge service. So we started, I wound up having 8 employees. Not only did we kept the cleaning because that was profitable. We did parties, we did errands, we did house watches, you name it. If they needed something, I found a way to make it happen. Pick people up from the airport, whatever they needed, we did it. Well, these people had businesses. So next thing I realized, I was actually becoming a business concierge, working in businesses. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just go with it. This is working. And I wound up, I would fill in, if they had somebody sick for a day, I would go in and fill in their front desk or whatever, because I could be versatile and, in the moment, whatever. Next thing I knew, I was working for a chiropractor, and she said, we're putting a new website together. I don't want to deal with it. Can you just deal with this guy and handle all this for me? Sure. So she was my main focus, and I had my team working on other things, and, we were still doing the house cleaning things. So back then we didn't have Zoom and all this tech stuff like we have now. And the guy working on the website, we had talked on the phone. He wanted to meet with me, and we met a few times and got her project all taken care of. And he said, let's have a meeting. Can you meet me in Lake Geneva? So I met him. We sat down. He's like, I want you to work for me. I love your energy. I love what you have going on. And whatever if I was in a cocky state or if I was just like, no freaking way, I've worked too hard. It's been 10 years almost of working for myself. No, I graciously declined, thanked him. Well, there was something he saw in me, and I am so forever grateful. He wound up taking me under his wing and basically teaching me everything about marketing and about websites, and actually helped me start my own marketing business. And eventually he wound up working with me. Yeah. So like I have no official schooling, just life learned lessons along the way. And I love helping people solve problems. And so that's kind of how I wound up where I am today. It was just a path, taking something that was bad, like figuring out how to make it work. And that's the short story. There's a whole bunch of stepping stones along the way of things that I stepped in and out of, that helped me learn who I am and helped me learn how to value myself. But that's it. That's the short story. So here we are.
I love what you said about the life lessons, versus the lessons that we learn in school. And I feel like those lessons are so much more like immense and of power. And I mean, not that schooling is not important, but just those life lessons, man, like they teach you so much more than what you learn.
Well, yeah, when you talk to somebody and someone just tells you a fact, are you going to remember it? Or if they tell you a story? The stories have impact because it's emotion, it's people, it's human. So those are the things that stick with us more.
So true. And there were so many things that you said in that story that I'm like, oh my God, like if you were not coachable and if you were just someone who, didn't think you needed the help or didn't think you were ready for the help or didn't think that, you just didn't find any value in it or didn't believe in yourself that you could do it. I mean, so many caveats could have happened throughout that story that would have hindered you from being where you are today. So many things that you said, I'm like, wow, like she was open-minded, she believed in herself. She was coachable. I mean, like you went for it. You went for that opportunity to be able to be coached by this guy, if not actually working for him, but at least be coached by him and learn and take it on yourself. And now you have this amazing company that you have. And it's just so, I mean, like, I just love that. I love that because so many times we are the ones that get in our own way. Like it is us.
Oh, for sure. Every day I get in my own way.
Guys, yeah. And obviously, it's a work in progress. None of us have arrived. None of us are, in this perfect place, but it's a daily consistent choice of, are we going to let that excuse, prevent us from where we need to go? And it can be excused in so many different shapes and forms. And I mean, the devil shows itself in different ways, right?
Right.
But I mean, but you have to be so mindful of it. Like, is this truly, is this really an excuse, or is this, if I just push through, if I just say yes and just jump into it, how will this serve me in the future? And oh my gosh, and thank God for those decisions that you made, Maria. That's powerful stuff. Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm so grateful. I mean, like, I still look back and can't believe I told him no when he offered me a job. Like, I want you to work for me, and I still am stunned that I said no. It just came out. Like, my kids are first. He was in Chicago, but I'm so grateful that he came back and said, "Hey, let's figure out a way to work together." So yeah. And one thing I learned about that was, it's we have our goals. We have a lot of us do. I had a conversation with somebody I'll share later, but we have our goals and places we want to be, and it's really not about getting there. It's about the journey and who we are along the way. I mean, we have this life. We're born and we die. And what do we do with it, with that in-between space? I had a friend who lost his dad. He called it the dash. We have the date we were born and the date we die. It's the dash that makes the impact. Like on the tombstone. I'm like, yeah, I like that. What are you doing with your dash?
I just got chills. Oh my God.
It's the journey, man. It's the journey. We screw up. What do we do with it when we screw up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do we let it keep us down for years and years, or do we look at it, kind of detach ourselves and look at it like, okay, I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I made a mistake. Now, what am I going to do with that mistake? You can actually, like, in your mind, look at it from all different angles and be like, okay, here's where I probably should have. Okay, now I learned a lesson from that. Now I can move forward. Or maybe it was just a bad idea. I tried something and it didn't work. Move forward. Is going to get me to my goal. So let's talk about that. Like, what are our goals? What are our dreams? What do we want to attain to?
Yeah, this is the perfect segment. Yes, let's talk about, and you introduced me to this concept of the be, do, have, and then how a lot of people have it reversed. And that's 99.999% of the population that walks into this mindset of the have, do, be. And so yeah, so Maria, like, tell the audience, like, what is this concept, and how do people have it flip-flopped, and how does it truly impact our daily, not just our business, but our lives, our relationships, our everyday being? I mean, our mindfulness. Yeah. So yes. Let's talk about it. Yes.
I believe it was Stephen Covey who came up with this or introduced it back in like the 1970s. You know, so the concept has been around for a while, but most of us look at, what do we want to have? What do we want to be? Where do we want to be in life? And we look at that far out goal. So what do we want to have? And that's the first thing we focus on. So let's talk about some things we want to have. Like, what do you want to have? What are your goals? Why are you in business? Is it, for money? That's nothing wrong with that. That's why we're in business, is to get more money and make ourselves more successful. Well, what is success? What is that for you, Sophia?
Ooh, oh man. I mean, for me, it's impact. It's impact, and it's freedom. For me, and it's not just financial freedom. It's just freedom of just everything. Just time, and just live life.
Freedom.
Just free, just FREE free, and just from a young age, like, I've always wanted my life to matter. Like, I wanted someone else's life to be better because of my existence, because I'm here, so
right.
Just that concept, oh yeah, that's success to me. Absolutely.
And when you reach that success, what are you going to do with it? What are your plans?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I know, and guys, Maria and I talked about this last week, and I was just pouring, like, I was crying, like, just because, like, this stuff, like, it hits you, like, deep down into your soul. Like, what will happen? Like, imagine yourself in this, like, you're there, like, you've achieved it, and how do you feel, when that happens? Like, oh my God. Like, for myself, I know I've told you guys my why, and that is to, open a school for underprivileged kids in my home country, especially orphans. And so when Maria asked me that question, even now, like, I'm getting emotional, just knowing, like, thinking about, imagine that you're there, like, you are, it's done, how do you feel? And man, I was, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it make you feel empowered? Like, okay, so let's put yourself in the place of having what you want to have, whether it's financial. Maybe it's a short-term goal and you just want to make $5,000 a month, or maybe it's a bigger goal. You want to make $100,000 a month.
Right.
And then what are you going to do with that money? Whose lives are you going to impact with that money? Okay. So who are you going to be when you get there? You have this house, you have this goal of starting an orphanage and a school for orphans, so who are you in that place? Like, who is Sophia when you get there? When you have those things, you are already that person. Whatever your goals, your dreams are, it's good to set goals. It's good to have a vision, a direction, or life just takes you willy-nilly. It kind of does anyway, but we can get ourselves back on path wherever we're going. So what are your goals? How are you going to be when you're that person? You're already that person. If you have to, imagine yourself seeing that person, almost unzipping and stepping into that new you, because you're already that. It's already there. So let's not focus on what we want to have and then look at, okay, this is what I want to have. So this is what I'm going to, I got to do these things. Once I have these things, then I can do this stuff. Then I can be who I want to be. No, you're already that person. Be that person now. Be that person of impact. Be that woman of empowerment. Be that woman of influence today. Because that, I guarantee you, when you think like that, it will change what you do, which will bring about the things you want to have. Like, we get so caught up in the past, we get so caught up in the future. It's good to have those goals, but if we get so caught up in the past and the future, we're never being present. We're never just being. Like, just close your eyes and just notice who you are and what you're feeling, and just be present. That's the most powerful place you can be, is in the moment now. And sometimes we get so caught up, we have to find things to ground ourselves. Like, you can do little things like just stop and do some breathing exercises. Go outside and put your feet in the grass. Take your dog for a walk. Roll around on the floor with your kids. Go give your husband a hug. Just be in the moment. These are things that can help ground us again, to just be. Let go of those other things. There's so many things pulling at us in life. And if we forget to be who we are, we lose our power. And we're not as impactful. And let me tell you, knowing you and knowing your tribe, who they would be, they want to make an impact. So let's not forget to just be. Be who we are. Be the person that we know we can be now, to help us make those decisions now. The things that you do now, is that going to take you a step closer to your goals, or is it going to take you a step away from? And I also want to add in there, on this journey of life, I mean, it's a journey, and that's the important part, is the journey. Let's not, I have a friend, she says, don't should on yourself. Meaning, don't, I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yep.
Like, it is what it is. I did that, so what? Let it go and keep moving on. Don't let the shoulda, woulda, couldas hold you back. Because it steals our power. Yes. Who we can be. And I want to be, like, I love what I do. I'm so grateful for the path, the ups and the downs that brought me where I'm at today. And there were a lot of downs I had to pick myself up from. But I'm so grateful for that, because it brought me to where I am today and who I am today. And it's that journey. And because of who I am today, I am blessed with being able to have a bigger impact in the world, because now I'm connecting with other powerful women and some men to help them make their impact. So I feel like my impact has become exponential in life. Absolutely. Helping people reach their goals, their dreams, make their impact.
Absolutely. And the state of the bee is it's more powerful than people think it is.
Oh, for sure.
When you like, when I thought of that bee, that the why, and then the why. Oh, we got to talk about the why, and the why. And I talked about it in a previous life. It has to be so damn powerful that it should make you cry. Like, it should make you emotional. It should move you. It should move you into this emotion that will then force you to take action. If it's just a wimpy why, it's never gonna take action. It's just gonna be like, it'll be all right, either or. No, like, it has to be so strong that you cannot live with yourself if you do not fulfill that why. So for me, that why, and then connecting it to the be, like, be as if it's done, like it's already.
Absolutely.
It's already. And for me, that was so immensely powerful, because it's like the feeling is just indescribable for me. Like, I can't even describe how I would feel when I told Maria, because she asked me, she's like, okay, so what would you do when you have enough, financial means to start this organization for orphans? And I told her, I'm like, I would literally be on a flight. I would buy my plane ticket. I would literally be flying home right now to start the process. And he's like, so be that person, be in that state of being. And damn, that was like, holy cow, like, oh, just, that was powerful for me. So I will never forget how she made me feel when we were going through that exercise, and how powerful that state of being is, and how it can change the way we treat our business. It changes the way we treat our relationships. I mean, our lives are because, you know, sometimes we get caught up in the mundane of life and just the everyday, you know, things, and we forget, you know, we tend to forget this purpose and this overall the be, you know, because we just get so caught up in the everyday routines, and we're busy and we're doing this and doing that. But it's yeah. So talk about that, Maria, like the why. Like, why is that so important? So many people are walking around, they don't even know.
Right.
Why is or why.
Right. Like I said, I talked to somebody earlier this week, and she's like, yeah, I went in this job interview and asked me who I want to be or what I want to be doing in 5 years. And she's like, you know, I'm just worried about today, which is good to be in the now, but she was kind of going through a phase, but it's because she had no goal. She had no vision of where she wanted to be. So we talked about that. Like, well, do you just want to be doing exactly the same thing you're doing now in 5 years? Well, no. So you do have a vision. You do have something you want to attain to. And I had to like pull it out of her. She didn't know she had it in her. But that's the thing. We all already have it within us. The answers. Like, I remember when I was coaching with somebody, and she was asking me some of these tough questions. This is back in like 2010. And and I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, what if you did know?
Dang.
Yeah. I'm like, well, if I did know, I'd probably say, and she's like,
Yep.
You got it. You do know. See, it's in you. You just have to let it out. Stop telling yourself all these negative thoughts that keep you from moving forward. She's also taught me, she did a survey over like 10-year span and questions a bunch of people. And there's also other studies out there, but she wanted to do her own, like how many thoughts do we think a day?
Oh.
And how many of those thoughts are negative thoughts versus positive thoughts?
Exactly.
Guess what the number was?
I mean, I'm sure the majority is negative. Oh my gosh.
Like all the self-talk and all the things, like we're not even aware a lot of times of the conversations going on in our head because we're just not aware.
Right.
It was, just give me a number, a percentage.
Ooh, I would say like 80% is like negative.
Ooh.
20 is like positive or something.
You're
Am I close?
It was like 98%.
Oh, was negative? Holy cow. Oh my, I mean, I thought it was bad, but that's bad. That's bad.
So it's just a matter of like being aware that they're there and letting them slough off like Teflon. No, like say no. And when you've got the good thoughts, hang on to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm gonna butt in a little bit, Maria. So like think about this: 98% is negative, the thoughts in our head, and then combine that with the state of how people normally are, of the have, then do, and then be. So when I have something, then I will do, and then I will become this person I want to be. If you're already thinking 90% or 98% negative, do you really think you will ever have those things first and then you will go through the process? Then you will never. I mean, that's why like so many people, they don't do the do. I mean, oh my God, it's so like this, the Les Brown quote. I love that so much when he talks about the cemeteries and how, you know, the greatest riches in the world are not in Saudi Arabia or in the gold mines or in the diamond mines. Those are not the greatest riches in the world. They're actually in the freaking cemetery. Like, first heard that, I was like, say what?
Yeah.
Because that's where all those dreams and goals are buried that were never taken action upon. I mean, and it is because of this right here. It is such a powerful freaking tool that blew me away.
Yeah.
You know, so people and I kind of want to move into how this mindset, you know, relates to business, because a lot of people, they want the right moment, the right time, the right amount of money, the right circumstances. Everything has to be aligned just right for people to pull that trigger. Like when I have the time, when I have the money, when I have the connections, when I have that website up, when I have, you know, my VA, or when I have, you know, it's just like, it could be anything. When my kids are older, you know, when I don't know, it could be when I move to another state, I move, you know, when just putting it off, like when this happens, then I will do XYZ.
Yeah.
But does that ever happen, Maria? Does that ever actually freaking happen?
Do you want to know the most powerful place to be to make those things happen? It's called gratitude. Like, be grateful for where you're at today will lead you to make better decisions for where you're going to be tomorrow. Like, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am who I am. And the I am statements themselves. Like, if you're looking to lose weight, don't be like, well, when I lose the weight, I'm going to be more active. I'm going to be X, whatever. Like, make those decisions now. I am a healthy person. I make healthy food choices. I am active. I am balanced. I make good decisions. Like, it might sound silly, but just try it on, because it does empower you. So then when you do start to make those decisions and you've got all those thoughts going in your mind's going to start grabbing the ones that align with who you're telling yourself you are, who you are being. And gratitude is always the first place to start. I had a conversation with my husband. He was getting pissed. He was paying all these bills and whatever. And I'm like, try this on for size. And, you know, of course, when it's your spouse, you have to be careful how you say things, you know. Like, I could tell you, but, you know, you just have to word it so. But basically, here's what I said. I said, why not just come from a place of saying, I'm grateful I have the ability to pay these bills. And in paying these bills, I have cable TV, I have Wi-Fi, I have whatever. I have a car that I can drive. Just try it from, you know what? He stopped getting grumpy when he paid bills. It was amazing. So there's a lot of power in comes back to the being grateful for where you're at and grateful for who you are. Even if you're not there yet, be grateful for who you are. Like, I'm in the process of losing weight, and I've lost a bit, and I have a bit more to go. I have to keep reminding myself that I make wise choices. I choose foods that are healthy for my body. I choose to be active. I am active. I like riding my bike. I like exercising. Do I always? Honestly, no. But when I tell myself that, and I tell myself because I had a year ago, I was on crutches. I had some serious knee issues. Now I'm like, I walk up downstairs. I'm like, I am so grateful I can walk up and down these stairs. I want to get on my bike and I want to keep going. Like, I keep reminding myself of the good things, and it makes it a lot easier. I don't know where we went off on that track, but anyway, yes, being grateful, being in that space.
Yes, exactly. And that is exactly it. Being grateful to have opportunities, to have access to resources, have access to opportunities, having access to the right circle, having access to the right connections and people that can guide you and lead you guys. Like that gratitude absolutely will then propel you into the action, because it's all about the action at the end of the day. If you don't take the action, it don't matter. You could read self-development books all day. You can listen to podcasts all day. You can listen to me and Maria all day. If you don't take that action, ladies, it does not matter. It does not matter at all. And that action comes from the here. Oh my God. And I know, and I just love you, Maria, because you're so full of just nuggets and just like wise, like this wisdom that she gives me. I'm like,
life experience, baby.
Give me more. And yesterday we were just talking about this concept of health. And it's so powerful because health, I feel it starts from a state of emotional health and mental health and the state of being that's going on right here between these two ears. That's where it all starts. Because if you're in a state of good mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, you're working from a state of gratitude at all times, you're working from a state of being at all times, that all starts up in here. Because then that is what translates into your financial health. That is what translates into then your business health, the health of your relationships, the health of you, as a parent. I mean, it all,
even your physical health.
The physical, exactly.
Starts
Because
here.
the mental and emotional health. I mean, a friend of mine once says, it's the mental health causes, issues in your tissues. So it then translates into your physical health as well, because a lot of people, like stress, what does that do to our bodies, or if you're in a state of anxiety or depression.
Think about this. What is your physical health? How does that affect your business? So if you're not taking care of yourself and you wind up in bed for a day with whatever illness that has come in, how does that affect your pocketbook? It's all connected, which I love how you can help everybody. You can help women with their health, whether it be their physical health, financial health, business health, because it is all connected. Relational health, because who you're being affects all of those.
Right. It's like, it feels like that drop in the water and then that ripple effect as you watch that kind of grow out and out and out. And that's exactly what I thought of when you said that yesterday. I'm like, dang, it's like that, literally that drop. And then you just kind of watch it because it's everything. It's everything. I mean, I noticed that too, when I'm in a state of anxiety or when I'm just not feeling like myself, like my body also suffers physically. And then I don't feel like doing anything the rest of the day. And then there goes the day and there goes opportunities that I could have, things that I could have done.
For sure.
And so, I mean, these concepts are not just, obviously, we're doing this early morning to kind of help you guys start off your day on the right foot and help you close out the week strong. But it's not, all of this means nothing, guys, if you don't take the action. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, to give you these nuggets, just keep nudging you guys like, come on, you can do it.
Inspire the person, impact the profession. Whatever's happening personally affects business and everything else.
Absolutely. And so, and I wanted to kind of close out with, how these mindsets, these mindset hacks, and how it truly, your business suffers when you don't incorporate these things on a daily, consistent basis. And how, a lot of entrepreneurs fall into that pitfall, kind of like that landmine of, not taking their business to the next level by not making the decisions necessary in order to expand their business or propel their business, such as, investing into their business, or, doing things such as, proper marketing, proper business strategies, because a lot of times, guys, when you invest, because we talk about assets and liabilities, right? Your business is your biggest asset. So when you pour money into your business by the right strategies, because you could put money into it and lose it, absolutely. But when you use the right strategies, that money will come back to you tenfold, man, tenfold. And having the courage and the mindset to part with your money, that's where a lot of people struggle.
It's knowing your own value.
Oh, amen.
Should you be doing the $10 jobs, $15 jobs, or should you be focusing on, are you working in your business or are you working on your business?
Ooh. I like it.
Because if you're a CEO of your business, you're not working in your business and doing everything. You're truly the CEO of your business.
Right.
You're working on it. You're the visionary. You're making things happen. And I would rather see somebody make something happen and fail forward than not take any action at all.
Because Maria, you are very, very good at what you do. I mean, your work,
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm blessed to have met you, and I'm blessed to have partnered with you. And so what are some things that you've seen, in your career in marketing? Like when people do invest in marketing and versus when they don't invest, what are some of the differences, like in growth overall, or like how fast do they get to their goals? And like, how do you see that in your practice?
Imagine somebody it comes down to people either have money or time. You've got to have one or the other. If you have no money or very little money, just realize it's going to take a lot of your time to move it forward. And that's okay if that's where you're at. But you want to create the income so that it's going to take less and less of your time to do all that mundane stuff or the stuff that you're not good at it, you struggle with. But if you're in a position where you have time and you have money, then you have to make a decision. How valuable is my time? If I get paid $50 an hour, $100 an hour, doing what I do I want to do the $10, $20 an hour jobs? Or would I be farther ahead finding a virtual VA or finding a marketing company or finding an intern, having them work with you, something, so that those things are getting done with very little effort and energy from you, oversight, but not the energy to do them, so that you can move the company forward more quickly. I'm working with a client now. She's making a decision on how quickly she wants to make things happen. With all this COVID stuff, a lot of people are realizing they need to get their maybe face-to-face classes and projects that they did online. And she's in a position of deciding how quickly she wants to do it. Mainly, how big of an investment does she want to make it happen now?
Right.
Like, does she want me to put a whole team of people together so this can happen in 6 weeks? Or does she want to take it slowly over the next 6 months to a year? And it's a personal choice each person has to make. But yes, when you invest in creating a team of people around you, and I'm not saying employees, it just depends on what business you're in. It might be employees, but it could just simply be a 1099 person that you hire for a project. And there's lots of places to find that.
Right.
I mean, you could go to a local college and find some kid who's learning.
Right.
And they know enough more than you, and you know enough more than them that you can help them and they can help you.
Right.
There's lots of avenues. I mean, we can have a whole discussion about that someday, is where do you find the help?
Right.
Do you do it online and you do it overseas? That works beautifully for some people. But you have to learn how to build those relationships, and you have to learn how to manage it and give them what they need so they can give you what you need, because you're not in person communicating with them. So that could be one way.
Yeah.
Or the intern, or you just find a company and say, you know what, I just want you to do this for me.
Right.
Sometimes it's getting a coach to help you figure out what I need to do and what I need to hand off, because you haven't figured out your why and your steps and what you need to do, and to learn your own value.
Yes.
So you have to really start being who you are, be grateful for who you are, be grateful for the talents and the gifts you've been given, own them. I'm great at this. I am really awesome at this. I need to work on this, or I choose, I don't want to learn this. I choose I'm going to find someone else because I need this, but I don't want to be the one to do it. But you have to know your value and what you're willing to do. Time versus resources.
Right.
So there's not a one answer for everybody, because everyone's in a different position. You really have to know who you are, who you're being, and your own value, and then make a decision. How big of an impact do I want to make, and how quickly do I want to make it? Because it's a process either way. It's just how much you're going to invest in pulling other people in to make it happen. I don't know if that answers your question or not, but
yes. Yeah. Oh yes, absolutely. And that's why, guys, like call me crazy, but I'm a big advocate of don't quit your 9 to 5 until your business is like exceeding what you make in your job. So jobs are as important as businesses sometimes, because your job will actually fund, you know, your business ideas and your business growth and strategy. So sometimes people make that mistake of, oh, I'm just going to quit my job now and I'm going to make this work and I'm going to go all in and all these things. And that sounds great, but
if you have the resources to do that,
yeah,
without a job, you might not.
Right. So a lot of times, you know, so a lot of times people, they make that mistake of not having enough resources, and then they just burn all their bridges, burn all the boats, and they just go all in. But then you're going to struggle. And then, like Maria said, then you might not have those resources to scale and to build a team. You can't do this alone, you guys. You need to build a team around you of people that can help and support you and to really get you there faster. Unless you want to go slow, I mean, that's up to you. But, you know, you got to be strategic when it comes to, because this is all about you. This is women of impact, creating streams of income, you know, to create purpose, to fulfill our purpose and to fulfill our whys and whatnot. And so you got to be strategic. So you might hate the process, and that's okay. And sometimes, you know, it's okay to have bad days and to, you know, not love everything about it, but be in love with that why, like be in love with that being, and find out, you know, be smart about it, be smart about how you're going to get there, and the people that you surround yourself with that will help you, the right circle. And so sometimes, you know, when people say that, oh, I still have a 9-to-5, I'm like, hey, that's okay, because your 9-to-5 is giving you that steady stream that you can then use that money, like we talked about in our live with Veronica. You can use some of that money to invest. You know, you can use some of that money to grow your business. You know, so that will serve you in so many different ways. It's okay. You know, we each have our own path, and that's all right.
Exactly. It's part of the journey, isn't it? And everyone's journey is different, and we just need to respect each other's journey and encourage one another along the way.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's what's most important, is that's why this group is here. That's why Maria is here in the group, you know, to help support, to, you know, give you her wisdom, which I love so much. I just love the things that she says. I'm like, oh, wait, I got to write that down. Like, hold on. She's incredible, you guys. So if you ever need to, you know, consult her on anything, if you have questions, definitely, you know, feel free to reach out to her. She'll be more than happy to, you know, give you advice and just kind of help you, give you guys some nuggets that might
absolutely
the right direction. That's why I love my circle of friends. They're very generous with their time, and they're all about, you know, the impact and helping, supporting, and just loving on this community. And in any way that we can, we love to serve. And, you know, that's why we're here. That's why we did this live, get you guys the good juju. So, you know, drop comments if you have questions for Maria. I mean, guys, just throw it all at us. She's amazing at what she does. And I'm just so glad to have her and everything that she's doing for Woman Disrupted. It's so cool. It's awesome. So so definitely stay tuned for more.
Right. We want all of you to be empowered and make your impact.
Absolutely. Any last thoughts, my dear, before we sign off?
Just one thing you said earlier about, you know, having bad days and things, and we're on this journey and we want to be grateful, but I just want to say, if you're having a bad day and you need to step away, don't feel guilty about it. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to step away and have a fun day, or I'm just going to kick back. Now, don't do that all the time. Your business will go nowhere. But when you need it, do it, but do it 100% and give yourself full permission. Otherwise, it's not as effective.
Right.
Because if you got that guilt nagging, those thoughts, those voices in our head, just be like, no, I got this. Right. I have full permission to take the day off and have family time or have me time. Mm-hmm. Just one thing that popped into my head when you said that. Like I said, you can't do that every day or you don't have a business. But if you really need it and you find that, do it full out, 100%. Give yourself permission and just have fun with it.
Yeah, because you have to nurture your mindset and your state of emotional and mental health as well. So yeah, absolutely. Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely. Because if you're not in a good state of mind up here and you're frustrated and you're just annoyed with everything, it's going to come across in your tone and, you know, how you talk to people. And so it's actually kind of backfiring. Yeah, you got to protect this at all times, your emotions and your level of stress.
Or come up with things to get yourself regrounded. Like maybe you just need to take half an hour and go for a walk. Or there really is truly something about standing outside barefoot. Like go walk in the grass barefoot. That just find something to recenter yourself, bring yourself back into your being of who you are. Then you can make that decision. Okay, now that I'm grounded, am I going to give myself full permission to just take the rest of the day off, or am I ready to get back into action and make my impact? Because here's the thing, we're always having impact every day. Whether we realize it or not, it's just what kind of impact are we having?
Yes.
So you're always having impact. You just get to choose what kind of impact it is.
Oh, so, I'm gonna write that down too.
With this, I'm just going to say, go be powerful, be amazing, be grateful.
Yeah. Be the amazing you that you already are. Absolutely. That's already declared by God. And God is the one power, and he created you. So that means that you are powerful.
You already are.
As well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dang, that was powerful. Thank you so much, Maria. I love you.
Thank you. Love you, dear. This
was just so fun, guys. Drop your comments. Tell us, your thoughts and what you thought of it. And yeah, so definitely, stay connected with us and reach out to Maria with any questions or any marketing concerns, anything that you want to ask her about your business, just anything and everything, or even just about the talk that we had today. So,
and ask them in the group, because maybe your question is going to help someone else too.
Absolutely. Yes. Definitely comment, guys. And we love you all, and have a great weekend. Mwah. Have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll see you all soon. All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.